The U.S. Attorney General launching a new attack on an all-too-familiar target, Wall Street. Loretta Lynch says she wants to nail more white-collar criminals. Our very own Charlie Gasparino says this is all a big joke. Charlie Gasparino, big joke, huh?
Yeah, well, it's unless you get caught in this thing that's going to go down. We should point out that I've been talking to a lot of lawyers lately following Loretta Lynch, the Attorney General's, I guess, plan. It's a set of guidelines to force her assistant U.S. attorneys to basically go after white-collar criminals.
The people, though, not the companies, the individuals.
And basically, you get brownie points by putting people in jail. Mm-hmm. And two things have emerged since this happened. Number one, you know, these are just guidelines. She has not changed law. The law is the law, and the law says you have to show a level of intent that's pretty high in nailing someone for a white-collar crime. But number two, what a lot of people say, it's going to essentially lead to prosecutions of lower-level people, that people that are outside the C-suite, which is generally buffered from a lot of the bad stuff. You know, they give the CEO, the CFO, all the people in the C-suite, they give the directives. The lower-level guys carry out those directives. Mm-hmm. And what people are saying, they're basically, those are the ones that are going to get nailed. So it's going to essentially have the opposite effect of what she wants. I mean, theoretically, she wants top people that, you know, the leaders of the organized crime families to go to jail, not just all the soldiers. And one thing I do know about Wall Street, it's the typical Wall Street firm, the typical bank, the typical company in corporate America it resembles a mob family in the sense that the guys at the top are buffered from much of the stuff that goes on, and you know, by the rank and file. They set the agenda, the rank and file carries out. Those are the people that are going to go to jail. And I think it's unfortunate because it's misplacing the blame. But that's what, you know, talking to attorneys, talking to people in corporate America, that's what is going to come out of this.
You're also talking, though, to a lot of people about Credit Suisse. And there's something that you actually are just learning about what's happening over there.
What's fascinating about Credit Suisse is that they are now shopping their brokerage unit. We know that. They've approached many players. They've approached Morgan Stanley. They've approached J.P. Morgan. But here's the fascinating thing. You would think in this age of Dodd-Frank, where the emphasis is on brokers, right, selling stuff, that they would be able to sell their brokerage unit with about 200 brokers, people that sell investments to small investors that are generally rich. These are less than moderate. You know, they have
rich
one of those.
Mom, Pop.
Yeah, they have one of these brokerage departments that goes for the high net worth. But you would think in the age of Dodd-Frank, which is de-emphasizing trading and more financial advice and things of that nature, the sort of softer financial services, that this would sell. But apparently they can't sell it, at least at whatever price they're asking. We do not know the price. Usually the price on this stuff is a complicated formula of money plus retention packages. I just don't have that level of detail. I haven't met anybody that has, and I've been talking to a lot of people about this so far. But what I hear is this: Morgan Stanley is balking. I hear. I have that confirmed. Morgan Stanley said no way. They would pick off individual teams, but they're not going to buy the whole thing, all 200 of them, particularly at the price being asked. So far, J.P. Morgan is balking, from what I understand. They don't want it. One possible name I keep hearing is Stifel Nicolaus. As you know, Ron Kraszewski just bought Barclays, but he has to digest that. So it seems like this is out of his ballpark, too. I heard from people close to Kraszewski that, you know, it's not being talked about within the firm, at least not now. So Credit Suisse is having a very difficult time trying to unload this thing. And it's part of a broader corporate mission, as all these European banks are doing. They're looking for economies of scale. They're looking to squeeze the lemon, get as much focused on a core business as possible here in the U.S. UBS has done that. Barclays is doing that, stripping down, getting smaller. Credit Suisse is doing that. One easy way to cut is the brokerage department. If you could sell it, Barclays did sell it to Stifel. It looks like, at least whatever these guys are doing, no one's buying. Now, there is a potential, and this has been done in the past.
Okay.
Our own very own Anthony Scaramucci has done this, where you can do a sale for $1. Anthony bought the fund of funds business from Citigroup with its assets, because Citigroup just had to get rid of it, and no one wanted to buy it, for something like $1.
Okay.
Skybridge, this is back during the financial crisis. I can see something like that happen.
If they really want to get out of the business.
They just want to get out of the business. You sell it for not $1, but, you know.
There you go.
$10.
Charlie Gasparino, thank you very much. A lot of good stuff today from you. Thank you, sir.